So when you find out that no one in the world actually cares about you, life starts to get better. And you're like, but there are people that do care. Yeah, they do. They care so much about you that they've neglected themselves. So how much can they actually care? They can't. They can get jealous. They can later on tell you that they require you to do this and that and the other thing for them. Not even your mother cared about you. You made her feel good. You were that bundle of, oh my gosh, look at how cute so-and-so is. And by goodness, if you were not a cute baby, you will have heard that throughout your whole life, and you will still believe that today you don't have any attraction. Because they were expecting you to be cute. They were expecting you to be a bundle of joy. They were expecting you to show up in the world and give them something. And whatever you didn't give them that they expected from you, you will have heard it for your entire life. You know, one of the cultures that I have been grown in, there is a sense of the mother had to carry you for 9 months, and that's a big thing. You know, she chose that. So if she had to give up her body for you, she will remind you that she carried you in her womb. Like, I gave up my body for you, so you need to pay me back. She never cared. Your father never cared. They want their own devices. They wanted what is understood as a family, if that was the greatest. Or maybe they were just doing what they were doing and they wanted pleasure, and you came from that. Can you imagine the feelings of you wanting pleasure and then a whole nother being came out of that? It's like I went and had my favorite something to eat, and then another being was born because of that. It's like, well, I didn't want that. That's why sex is not actually just pleasure. That's why eating food is not just pleasure. You put food into your body, which nourishes your body, or something else. But it's really important that you see no one has ever cared, no one will ever care, because caring is the greatest illusion. It's something that's not actually a thing. Caring is projecting. Caring is sending emotions towards something in order to grow it. It's like fertilizer. So when someone cares about you, they're fertilizing you for something. They're pouring the juice of, I'm giving you something of value, so you will have to give me something in return. I'm making you feel good right now. So you can be my friend. So you can later take the groceries out without complaining. I'm making you feel good right now so that blank. So that I get the promotion that I wanted. when someone cares, they're actually manipulating you. Unless there's transaction. I'm taking moments in between each of my words on purpose, like I always do. But I can feel that you want to know the answer. You want to know, why is it that no one cares? I thought the world was supposed to care. I thought we're supposed to care for each other. Well, that's some cultures, some religions. You sacrifice your own happiness so that you can all care about each other in some fake format compared to what you used to be. And then you get so used to the fake format that that's regular, and you kind of look like the movie where the women look like psycho Barbie dolls, and they're all like, oh, hi, the table's set, everything's nice, it looks great, everything's ready for you. Like, it's that sense of robotic behavior, and that's what those people really look like to a person like myself. When I see you in your little culture, or in your little whatever it is that you do, you look like a robot to me. I can see your programs and your behaviors, and you have taken out so much of your realness that any of your depth has been connected to these programs. That's real for you. That's your reality. You have chosen a reality that is very, very surface. It is very, very, I do this for you, you do this for me. Everybody's intermeshed and attached in this network. And that's the life that has been chosen. Is there anything wrong with this? No. See, this is the thing. I am a very highly judgmental person because I have to be to do the work that I do. However, I don't care, because I would have to actually want to grow what you're doing. That's judgment. Judgment in its format that the world calls it uses emotion to grow it, because it grows within inside of you and it grows something in someone else. That's why usually you feel so gross, is because you're sending energy to someone else and depleting yourself of it. But when you're observant, which is what I call judgment, so let's get our vocabulary right. I observe everything on everyone. Sometimes I intermingle the words judgment and observation. My apologies. So as I observe, that is what my job entails, is to observe and very finely dictate which is which without emotion. So I will not use that word again, to the best of my understanding. The judgment word, because it is so riddled with emotional categorization that you grow the thing that you are judging in yourself and in others. You are saying that that's important to pay attention to. If everything I paid attention to I grew, oh gosh, I wouldn't be anywhere. In order to truly be finite in life, all of your care needs to be recategorized as fertilizer. And then you only do that for what you want. And don't just give it to yourself. Your own mind is full of things that probably you don't even want. You scroll on social media, so obviously there are things and junk in there. Your own mind needs to do a continual washout. Your mind is not so used to consuming so much content that you don't want and is in your face. Your mind, all of our minds are evolving. It learned to get rid of certain noises as not important anymore. When you get into a safe neighborhood, even something that crashes, it's like, oh, everything's okay. I know it'll be sorted out. But something crashes in a different community, everybody's looking and coming outside with their phones. You evolve as you have more of you taken care of. That is a fact. The more things that are purposefully organized and managed, the better off your mental being and mental health is. And this goes with what's going on inside of you. When you realize whatever you pay attention to, you fertilize, which we all understand this from all of the online things about manifestation and, living and seeing mindset, and what you pay attention to grows and all of these things. But it's care. You care about the thought pattern enough to keep your mind on it. How do you separate that? That's very easy. You just look at it blankly instead of looking at it with judgment, which is observation and emotion. Once you judge it, that is a form of caring. You've decided that that's something that you want in your life, whether it's a positive thing for you or not. And the more you quote unquote care for other people, you are taking away time of caring for yourself. So let's replace the word care and get into the more that you fertilize other people's life and feelings and emotions, the less you can fertilize your feelings, emotions, and thoughts. Then the question is, well, if I'm a person that's always fertilizing them by thinking about them, and I don't like what they do with their life, why do I still have them in my life? The answer is usually because they're giving you something. Because the reason you fertilize someone is because of manipulation in the first place. Or transaction. So if you're mad or upset that someone has to be paid to care about you, then you don't really realize that no one has ever cared. No one ever will care. And you either get to pay someone or you have to take it from someone else. And you can pay someone by even giving them a whole house to run. Food in the fridge. That's paying someone. Many men do that with women. Here's a house, here's food, here's a credit card. You get to care about me. When you realize that women do it so that they have someone to go to the mall with or out for Sunday brunch with. I make my girlfriend feel good, so I have someone to call when I'm bored. Or someone to call when blank. Oh, I need someone to go out with. Women naturally like to couple up. And if there is no opposite sex that is intriguing, or even of a standard that is enjoyable, women usually will call a girlfriend. That is more of the baseline. And in order to do that, you manipulate. That's what friends do. This is why I don't have friends. It's a cycle of manipulation to get somebody to do something. That's all that family really is a cycle of manipulation to get people to do things. So when you get this, you realize everything in life is a transaction. And when you really, really profoundly get to the fact that everything in life is a transaction, you learn to adhere to and invoke better transactions. Now, what do you want out of your transactions? Do you want to feel fulfilled? Do you want to feel specific frequencies? Do you want to feel great about yourself? There will be all kinds of things. People will want to feel great, and other people really just won't want to feel great at all. They prefer if you will just bring them down. Those ones are easier to get for nothing. As you might understand, no, it's still a transaction. The people that spit out the harshest things keep you in their mind the longest, and they want to suck you down into a place that you can't get out of. Because as they're spitting what they spit at you, they are also taking from you. Everything is a transaction. Something that you will notice is the people always want balance. The people being you, the people being me. We always want balance. And whatever spectrum we're working with, that's where we want balance. And that's why you get to the place where you're like, can somebody just please care? You don't actually need anyone to care, because your spectrum is on a place that is so low. Your expectations of humanity is so low. Your spectrum doesn't actually include someone who is going to value you. So this is why you have to increase your spectrum. And you have to take it out of the mud, so to say. You have to expect better from humanity to get better from humanity. Just on a regular daily basis. But you also have to increase your standards. So if you've gotten to the place where you believe that no one cares, then the inside life that you have, you will have gone to the place where everything is just, oh gosh, none of this world is great. That's not true. It's transactional. Everything is transactional, and the quality of your transactions that you choose is your standards. Separate them. Get really logical with it. It will change your life. You can be someone who literally has 8 figures in the bank account, But you cannot have someone who will, by standard-wise, treat you well, which you've labeled as nobody cares, and you've just realized you just have to buy company. Because your standards are so low within inside of yourself. You will always buy company. That is a fact. You will be buying it with emotions or buying it with money. And when you're too busy all day to feed somebody's emotional meter, because you're out making money, you have money to spend, so you can spend money. And the people that are bought by money can be great people. There are women that will sit in a house all day because her house is paid for. And she'll even have children for a man because everything's paid for. Will she be miserable? Most likely, yes. So now you have to upgrade your standards again. You have to have a woman that receives money but doesn't want to be bought by money. She does need emotional satisfaction. But how much does she need? Does she need you to say, you look lovely today? I've enjoyed spending an hour with you this evening. I'm going to bed. And she's happy with that? Or do you need someone that spends all the time with you? You have to understand what type of person that you need and how are they satisfied. Do they believe you when you speak? Or do they need so much validation that you're just like, I can't do this anymore? If they need that much validation, it's probably because you need that much validation. Understand and know that there's such a difference between caring, being uplifted by others because of the standards that you keep. Everything is a transaction. And if you're like, this is cold, it's not cold. It's just a fact. When you learn the quality of your transactions, you can learn that emotions is a currency. Just like buying fruit is better for your specific ingestion than a fried food. You use your money and buy fruit versus the fried food. Now you can use your money to buy emotions. This is why you buy specific vehicle. It makes you feel an emotional reaction every time you get in that vehicle. You buy emotions. You buy emotions when you go to specific restaurants. That's why they charge what they charge. You buy a specific emotion when you buy a brand. You buy specific emotions when you are purchasing certain people's services. Do you want to feel the most powerful person in the world? If you're saying, yes, that's me, I want to feel it, I want to know it, I want to live it, then you want to come into my membership, ENYELAH, Brown and Taylor. Because that's what I make you feel like. No matter how much you felt like you were in the dirt. It's an emotion that you get to purchase. And I'm so good at my job. I enjoy the artwork of working with you. It is an art to draw somebody out and pull out all of the stuff that they try and keep hidden that keep them small. I will be your version of care, and yes, it does need to be purchased. Because to the levels that I go to when I say transformation of fate, maybe you have this idea of some kind of something wild in your dreams, but basically it's I make you feel powerful. You become powerful because I invest in you in the deepest roots of who you are that are beneath this life, that enrich your entire life, and then I show you how to continue to recognize those things so you can continue to maintain and uphold when our time of transaction is complete. I do such a good job of being that for you that I actually walk myself out of the job. It's a one-time situation, specifically in the fate transformation aspect. And it is an expensive currency because the way that the root chakra works and the stuff that goes deeper than the root chakra, that's the stuff that upholds life. And you will have attached certain dismantling programs to your very existence. These happen to be things like religion, family, deep belief systems that came through quote-unquote bloodline, quote-unquote family ties, quote-unquote religious practices that you've had for more than just this lifetime. I disable and bring back life into those places. And it does affect your root chakra, and it does affect your sacral chakra, and it does affect all the rest of you, your personality, your levity, your life, your desire to do things that are so great and wonderful for yourself, that the power that you can continually recognize moving yourself up, and your whole world transforms and shifts right before your eyes. Many times, within a week, you'll be like, what? In my world, a week does not feel like a week. It really feels like at least 3 or 4 weeks. Sometimes more will depend on your specific sites. But every time someone is in my world, it is very, very easy, but we work so quickly that your concept of time changes completely. The productivity is high. The enjoyment is top quality. And we go through some of the most difficult things together. And you, in order to get this all shaped up and clean and pretty and so forth, those specific energies will come for me. This is why not just anybody can do this specific job, transformation of fate, giving you the power that was even choked out before you reached the destination of human. It is now released in my presence. So you will start to feel such great things, but we have to clear that out so that I am not always stuck to you like glue. You don't need to depend on me when we have finished this. You will be in my presence and you will clear out those things and we'll go through it together. You will recognize how to uphold the power that is you. This is real stuff we walk through. But it's also invisible. This is why I am an artist in my profession. Because everything we do is invisible. Everything we do is invisible. But the invisible is really what creates all of this, isn't it? Invisible is what creates the internet. It's invisible, but it's very impactful. Yeah. the measurement of yourself, everything changes. So yes, if you gave up on caring, then you probably gave up on yourself. And investing that beautiful energy that comes behind care, which is like a fertilizer. Learn that it must go places and put it in the correct place. This is very valuable for you to see, know, and understand. So when you walk into my world, the energies that I carry and the truth that I show you, you do fight me and you do affect my life. Because these deep, deep things you will just throw in my direction like ninja tools. And I am that powerful that I can withstand it. And I can hold through when I am committed to. And I have gone through the actual worst experiences on this earth to perform these things and to root up someone's power. People have hidden their power beyond this life. This is why I call it transformation of fate. Because they have locked it in a place and then use their own life force to say, if I unlock this, I will expire my human. And I unlock those things and I'm still alive. And that person is still alive. And we're walking through those things easy and nice. What I do is on the edge of life continuously. Everything is a transaction. My currency specifically to withstand all of these things. My currency is highly valuable. Because what you can't even access and you desire, I can access and assist in making you embody that power. What do you desire? What do you desire for yourself? What do you really want that you have told yourself is not possible? Anything you want is possible. It's will it be good for you? And power is very, very good for you. It's very, very good for you when you do it correctly. When power actually comes from fate itself, when power comes from the deeper places, bigger than life, when it actually penetrates your root chakra, when it actually penetrates all the parts of your being, then power is done correctly. When you do it within yourself, for yourself, because of yourself, by yourself, with the assistance of someone who knows what they're doing, yes, it will take you far less time and far less frustration. However, you can still do it on yourself if you want. I just happen to have learned all the bells and whistles and all the lefts and right turns and all of the things. I have spent my entire life learning the intricacies of frequencies and understanding how to read the things that are beyond life so that we can puzzle them. But yes, of course you can't do anything by yourself. But do you want a transaction with something that will nourish you? That is what I am here for. It is a very beautiful expression of life to want more of your own power, more of your own authenticity, more of your own expression. It is only those who truly want to be themselves in their highest power so that they can continue to be their most authentic self and live well and live good. It's a balance of standards on a completely different level. So when you do invoke my services, your standards will change. The things you find valuable will change. The way you see yourself and other people will change. It will be very deep and so enjoyable because that's what I live every single day. There is only choice of what you choose to be in transaction with. What do you choose to nourish yourself with? What are the quality of your transactions? There's one way to have a conversation with me, and it's in the physical realm at ENYELAH.com through membership. Show me you're ready. Come have a conversation with me. It will be very enjoyable. The transactions that you choose to invoke in your life are the quality of your life. You already know that now, don't you? Everything is a transaction. Nobody has ever cared and nobody ever will care without you investing something in return. Whether it be your sacral energies to manipulate people, because you're very good at putting people onto things, aren't you? So you use your root and your sacral to move people. Whether you do it by high emotional manipulation, which is most of the people that will be attracted to me, and you might have already tried to manipulate and found that that was not a possibility. Spiritual manipulation is one of the highest and hardest things to detect. And I am very good at detecting it. I do see you. And I am able to assist you in becoming free from it. So that you can have your power back. And you can be the center of your solar system instead of all the stars on the outside looking at all of the other people that you're going to maneuver. Because if you are someone who dominates and controls others, you are very far away from power, but you feel like you've been in power. You constantly have something to do. When you dominate people, there's this underlying shakiness. It's deep. It's attached to your very life force that wants to just mold and create anything and everything. And you can do it very, very, very well. Very well. But those people you're tired of doing it with, you're tired of the whole thing. It takes you down paths that you don't really like anymore. Or maybe you like it so much that you just don't like it. It's not even scary for you anymore. You can get away with everything. You're well aware of this. And you want the best for yourself. You want to live a life that you feel proud of. You want to live a life where you feel free. Where you feel at peace inside. And I know. I really, really know. I know more than you understand. Because I've been enmeshed with someone who thought like that. Who moved like that. Who still operates like that. Because they never chose to change. They could have. But I have equally as deep people enter my world with equally as intense powers and emotions that come with them that they don't have access to. And it's why they want to control and manipulate people. Because no one actually does care and they're deeply aware of it. So get it right within your mind that everything is a transaction. And find assistance to someone who can call you on what it is and actually assist you in correcting the dials. When you're committed, it's possible. It's very, very possible. But you have to stay committed. So when you're ready, you'll come find me because you know where to find me.